Thank you very much, Chairman Sessions, for all the hard work you and your colleagues do on the Rules Committee. My amendment is number 151. I also want to thank my colleague, Mr. DeFazio, for working with me on this particular amendment. My amendment is simple and to the point, but adds an overdue level of accountability for DOD auditability. There's been a lot of talk on this panel today about prodding and getting your money's worth and where we're spending money, but we don't know unless we get an audit that is statutorily deadlined in this particular NDAA on September 30th, 2017. That needs to be started. If the DOD does not meet this deadline, then under my amendment, it's quite simple. The salaries of the Undersecretary of Defense Controller, the Chief Management Officer, the DOD Deputy Secretary, and the Chief Management Officers of each military department would be reduced by 5%. If the DOD fails to meet the December 31st, 2018 deadline, then those salaries would be reduced by 10%. Now, both of these deadlines are already in statute, but have no consequences if they're not met. If we're going to get the backing of the American people for plussing up the Defense Department, which I support, they need to have confidence that money is being spent in the right place. Since 1990, federal agencies have been required by law to pass an annual audit. And since then, every agency has complied except for the DOD. Even without this law, we have a constitutional obligation to require fiscal accountability. In fact, our Constitution demands a regular statement and account of the receipts and expenditures of all public money. Furthermore, the GAO has consistently placed the DOD on a high-risk list since 1995 due to sustained deficiencies in their financial management. The DOD accounts for 17 out of 34 areas that have been designated high risk by the GAO. It has stated that the disorganization of the DOD budgetary schedules has hindered the department's ability to make sound, financially prudent decisions. This not only wastes taxpayer dollars, but it also makes it harder to ensure our military readiness. Now, with the budget now in excess of $600 billion a year, 621 base budget, another $10 billion in OCO this year, almost you add up everything, and it's close to $700 billion. And a lot of people like me support plussing up the military. We've got to know where the money is going. Not to do so is simply untenable. It is irresponsible for us not to account for every valuable taxpayer dollar. So we should ensure that our money is being prioritized and spent on the highest value programs. It is imperative that we as lawmakers know how defense dollars are being spent. We must have accurate financial data to make informed budgetary decisions that affect our security. Indeed, I would say we must make certain that our decisions are based on security considerations and not political or wasteful considerations. So my amendment today simply adds a long overdue incentive to finally perform an audit at the DOD. And I respectfully ask the committee to carefully consider this amendment and give the House, the full House, an opportunity to vote to hold the DOD accountable. I yield back. Thank you.
Ms. Lewis, thank you very much. The ideas that you bring before us are important, and I think I've studied them to where I'm satisfied. Mr. Woodall? I have no questions. Gentleman does not seek time.